Hi everyone, welcome to Warm Pages YouTube channel. I haven't really officially introduced who or what Warm Pages is, but I did feel inspired to make this video as someone who has gone through the stage of starting a business. I do have experience in starting a business, that business not working out, and then starting Warm Pages and it working out. So I felt inspired by some recent content that I've seen and listening to upcoming founders maybe talking about things they wish they knew in the beginning of starting a business and things that I did when I first started Warm Pages that I think is very important before you make the social media pages, before you, I feel like before, I don't want to say like the hype of it all because you should be excited about starting your business, but I feel like you need to make sure you take care of everything on the paperwork and legal side of things before going ahead and maybe creating a website or the social media pages or talking about it. So let's get into it. I'm going to run through just the steps that I took when I had decided to start Warm Pages. Like I said before, Warm Pages is not the first business venture I have gone towards. So I kind of know a little bit about what it is to start a business. Before anything, I researched the name. I thought about what I wanted Warm Pages to be. It's a bookstore cafe opening up in St. Louis, or bookstore cafe wine bar opening up in St. Louis. And so, first thing first, obviously, is the name of your brand. Naming is very important. You want something that's going to stick. You want something that's simple, that's not too hard for people to remember. And then it's funny because I was just at a little I was at like a recent social event, and sometimes when I say Warm Pages, it sounds like I'm saying Warren, WARN, and people are like, huh? But I am saying warm pages. So I kind of have to slow down, make sure I pronounce it. But once people catch on, they're like, oh, I love that name and everything. So you want to do name research, whatever business it is, whether it's a clothing brand, for me, it's a bookstore, any type of retail store, anything. Do some name research. Figure out what is going to speak for your brand. Once you figure out your name, you need to go and Google, social media search, anything to look up if that name has been taken. Also, I encourage that you go to your state secretary of whatever. So for me, I'm in Missouri, so a secretary of state of Missouri, and you could do a business search and you could search if that name has been taken. That's what I did for Warm Pages. Warm Pages was not taken across any of the boards that I had seen. So I went ahead and I registered Warm Pages, the name, and I also registered as an LLC. That is very important. And then that's where you can decide how you want your LLC to be formed. It's all up to you. Don't take any legal advice from this video. I would say you find out what best works for you and then seek out advice from other people who can give you a better understanding of kind of how you want to scale, like how you want your business to be filed. And then the next thing you want to do, once you do that, that is then when I started securing social media pages. I also secured a domain. I secured, pretty much the social media. Once I had the name, I went and made the social media accounts. And then I made the website, or I grabbed the domain. So I use GoDaddy.com. I don't recommend it for you to use it as a website builder, but you can go on there and buy a URL. That way you can connect it to whatever platform that you use, rather Shopify, Square, Wix, whatever it is. So I went ahead and bought warmpages.com, and then I'm thinking of my video editing. I did the same thing for my video editing services as well. So that's the next thing I did. So you want to go ahead and secure everything once you get your business name registered with your state. I also want to say that you can get your EIN and your LLC all in the same day if you do it all through your Secretary of State, whatever state that you're in. I'm not sure what the fee is across the board, but I know for Missouri it's not really expensive just to secure that name, secure that LLC, and get that EIN. And then you want to do that as soon as possible because then
It takes a while for you to get all your documents in. So I registered for us to have our retail sales license. I registered for us to have our Missouri tax ID number, our EIN number, which all is very important for your business when you first start out. That because you're going to need that for your business website. You're going to need that for if you want to open up a business bank account. And the sooner you do that, the sooner you can get everything into the mail, because I'm pretty sure it takes up to 7 to 10 days, and then kind of go from there. You want to have all of these things set up before you launch your website, because you want to make sure you're accepting appropriate tax for your area. And you want to make sure that you're collecting taxes, because you don't want no issues going down the line when it's time to file taxes for your business and etc. I also highly encourage you to then, once you get your EIN and all those things, to get a business banking account. You don't want to mix business and personal funds together. You want to make sure those two things are separate. It helps with funding, it helps with being able to, for taxes, it helps to see how much money you're actually putting in the business, taking out of the business. You don't want to mix your two finances together. Easy for bookkeeping, all those things. I know people go down the trademark, which is important. It's not necessarily a very important step you want to take in the beginning, but it is good to go ahead and get that process started once you're up running, selling products and all those things. It also really just depends on what your business entails. Like if you have a clothing brand and you plan on making clothing with your business logo or your business name on it, and you want to make sure you get those things trademarked so that no one can copy them, especially if you have a product that does really, really well, because brands, those like, I've seen it before where big brands will get copied by small brands or get copied by, those like Shein or Temu or things like that. Like they will copy your design. So if you can get all those things trademarked, then it's easier to go about that process so no one can steal your designs and etc. We just ran through everything. Once I came up with a name and I made sure no one had it, I registered with my state. I got all my tax stuff, EIN, everything, opened up a business account, got my social media pages up and going. That is when I started talking about Warm Pages. That's when I felt comfortable enough to start talking about it. Because I'm like, I didn't want to start talking about it. And then somebody be like, oh, I like the idea. And then try to go do it. It's like, no, we've already been done. So that is when I feel like it's the time where you start talking about it. And then you can start creating the mood boards and promoting people to follow you and all those things. Because if you did all that before you did that, and let's say the name was taken, or let's say somebody had already had this idea, like you just want to do your market research. Market research is very important in anything that you do in business, because you want to make sure that in business you're always solving your consumer's problem. You're solving some type of problem that's out there, and so that's your market space. So you want to research and make sure that this is a good business idea to go for, and then once you feel secure in that, you're on the road. And then from there, you could talk about how much you want to talk about it. I feel like, but I would say in that beginning startup phase, those are the things that I prioritize first before I start talking about it on social media. Especially because you want to build that hype. You want to have people ready to get your website. I would say to work on your website as well. Work on capturing people emails. Email marketing can be a huge thing, because social media, think of it like this. Social media should be your exposure point. Social media should be a tool that you use to help expose your business to a wide range of people that you are helping. You built out your avatar. Now we're just talking for real, honestly. Because these are the beginning steps, but these are just all the things that I did, because once you get past all the legal side, now it's the fun side. Now it's like, okay, you created your avatar, which is going to be the person that you envision shopping at your shop or whatever that you're building. So now that is the people that you are talking to. That's who you are marketing towards. And then you want to make sure you get email marketing up, because you want social media to be a tool that you expose yourself to. Then you want to capture their information, and then you want to use that to then sell to them. That makes sense. You can use social media as a way to obviously get sales, because I've done it before as well. But when you build that personal relationship of getting their emails, and then be able to kind of, because you can also make sales through email marketing, because you can what's it called? You have like when someone is checking out and they may forget about their cart reminder emails. You have
an exclusive, like, hey, if you sign up for emails, you'll get exclusive discounts, you'll get exclusive access to this that no one else sees. You have to give people a reason to want to sign up. So that's just a video. I could literally talk on and on about things that I've done in my business to kind of help me, things that I'm still learning. And then you're always scaling, but I just know it's very, very important to get the paperwork done and get all the things that make sure that you are legally all right to have your business open. Because once you do start making sales, you do start making all those things, you want to make sure that everything is correct. So you don't want to make it harder on yourself. So yeah, y'all, I hope this video was helpful in any type of way. I just wanted to share like the steps that I went to when I first started my business. This is my first business I did, so I did know like it surprises me when I hear people say, oh, I made a social media account and started talking about it, but then they didn't do the legal side of it. Like, I'm like, like that's a little backwards. You want to do the legal side, the name claim and all that before you start talking about your business. That's very important to me in my eyes. So if y'all like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more content like this, and also more behind the scenes of Warm Pages. I'm going to make another video introducing Warm Pages and what you can expect on this channel, but I really enjoy talking about entrepreneurship things and like my highs and my lows and things like that. So also, if you are interested, I have a whole bunch of different channels where I talk about a whole bunch of different things. I have my other channel where I talk about just entrepreneur diaries and vlogs, just real in my life as a 20-year-old or 26-year-old now, not 20-year-old, 20, I want to say 20-something-year-old, as a 26-year-old and navigating my life. And then I have Diamond's Daily Dose, where I talk about shows that I'm watching, books that I read, my thoughts and opinions, things like that, because I enjoy watching TV shows, movies, and books, and reading books. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope this video was helpful. Leave down in the comments any questions that you may have that I might could be able to answer for you, and I will see y'all in my next video.